Hello again. Okay, so yesterday I received a comment on my video going near native. It's an old video, and that person asked me if I was still doing the same. The same methodology. Well, the truth is, I don't know. I can't recall exactly, but for sure it's not exactly the same that I intend to do. So there are things similar, and there are things that I might be different, or slightest difference, or even be a big difference. I don't know. So there might be a big difference in that methodology. So I decided to make an update on that video. So languages to study to near native fluency. Well, first of all, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm near native in Spanish, and now I will try to be near native in another language, which is English. So other languages, my goal is not exactly being near native, but advanced. So that is a big difference. That is the biggest difference, yeah. By the way, among those studying methodologies there. Because back in the old days, I thought that I could be real native in 6 or 7 languages. I thought I was very smart or something like that. But now I realize that studying a lot of languages and wanting to study so many languages, it makes it just impossible unless I live in the country, and I can't live in 7 countries at the same time. So near native, no, but I will try to be advanced in several languages. In some of them, I will try to be low advanced, and in others, I will try to be advanced. But let's forget about the near native thing. If that thing happens with Swedish, for instance, it's a language that I intend to keep on studying during several years. If I have the possibility to practice Swedish, and so that might happen. But one thing's for sure: I want to reach an advanced level in that language. So let's not talk about exactly going near native, but going advanced or low advanced at least. So I will use several courses. Teach yourself, colloquial. I will use like 2 or 3 courses from beginners to intermediate, teach yourself in colloquial, for instance, and living language, which I've been using for some languages, and it's pretty okay, pretty nice too. I don't like the dialogues because I think they're hard, at least harder than teach yourself, but I'm not very used to it yet. But anyways, studying a language till advanced level, I would do this way. I would do like this. I just study like 3 courses. I don't have to study them all at the same time. That's a common mistake to avoid. But that's another kind of story, and that's another question. But let's say I'll use teach yourself, colloquial, and living language. In the case of languages like Arabic or Mandarin Chinese, there are languages that I want to reach an advanced level, and are languages that I'm a very beginner. I dabbled in before, and now I'm taking it more seriously. I will do like 1 hour a day, 5 days a week. I won't plunge into it like a madman. So for these languages, I will use. Let's take this example, Arabic. Okay, let's take this example, Arabic. Now I'm using Ultimate Arabic, living language, Ultimate Arabic. And I sound a little bit like Steve Kaufman today. I don't know why. Anyway, let's get to the chase. We'll use living language, Ultimate Arabic, and I'm using at the same time the first part, the first Decimil book. At the same time, I use study a dialogue or 2 dialogues, and then I go with the book. So I will use that course. Then I will use other courses. For instance, I believe it is what's the name of that goddamn course that I will use? No, it's not Arabic in 3 months. I dropped that one. Colloquial Arabic, it's not. Well, now I kind of forgot. The name of the course, but it's another course from beginners to intermediate. So I got living language. It's not teach yourself. I got the first one for Essimil, and I will use another course. Yeah, also from Linguaphone. Yes, Linguaphone, from beginners to intermediate too. So after I use those courses, it will be for more than standard Arabic. I will study several dialects, at least 2. I will study Moroccan Arabic, because I live in Spain. It's the more useful for me. So I have 2 books for that. One is Moroccan textbook, I believe, and the other one is Moroccan advanced course, something like that. And I will use grammars because I will study with grammars. Small grammar like Arabic and an easy grammar, for instance, an easy grammar of Arabic, something like that. And then I will use like Teach Yourself and Colloquial for Egyptian Arabic. Well, Arabic is an exception, so I'll use all of these courses. So as an overall, I intend to become low advanced. So an overall of Modern Standard Arabic, Moroccan Arabic, and Egyptian Arabic. And I might dabble in others too, other courses too. I mean other dialects. As for Mandarin Chinese, I intend to use several courses from beginners to intermediate, several courses. And then in the case of Mandarin Chinese, I will use Colloquial Chinese 2, Teach Yourself Chinese Conversation, and more and more. And then one thing that I love a lot, which is slang, I will use some books related to slang. So that's how I intend to become at least low advanced in Mandarin Chinese. But other languages, for instance Japanese, there are a lot of advanced courses for Japanese. So how will I do it? I will use like Teach Yourself, You Go Japanese in 3 months, Colloquial Japanese, for instance. I will use those 3, not exactly one after the other one. I mean, I use one course, then I might stop and use another course. I won't use everything at the same time. I'm not that smart, and I'm not that stupid either. Not one thing, not the other. And so I will use, like for instance, the first one might be You Go Japanese in 3 months. And then I might use Living Language, Ultimate Japanese. And then I might use another from beginners to intermediate, like Colloquial or Teach Yourself. And then there is a Living Language Advanced Japanese course. So in case that the language that I will study has advanced courses available, so I will use the same 2 or 3 from beginners to intermediate and the advanced course, and then I will look for slang as well. In the case of Arabic, as you guys know, it's a hard question because there are several dialects, so I will try to study like 2 dialects more or less. And then as an overall, I might be low advanced one day, I hope. And then other languages like I wanna reach an advanced level in certain language. So let's say Turkish. It's hard to reach an advanced level in Turkish. So my goal lies between upper intermediate and low advanced at its most. So in languages like that, what will I do? I will study with Teach Yourself. I'm now studying with Teach Yourself Beginners Turkish. Then I will use another Teach Yourself, like the one from 1968, for instance. And then I will let's see, I will study a grammar, like Routledge grammar, which is, by the way, what I'm doing now for Finnish. I only studied one course for Finnish, Teach Yourself Finnish. Now I'm studying the grammar in depth. I'm doing it slowly, taking it very slowly, but I'm doing that. And so another language that I would like to reach a low advanced level, and I'm talking about low advanced, not exactly very advanced, it's Hindi, for instance. So I will use several courses from beginners to intermediate. So in this case, we use as much as we can. If you have 4 or 5, we use 4 or 5. So Teach Yourself Beginners Hindi, Colloquial Hindi, Conversational Hindi, Teach Yourself Hindi Conversational, that kind of stuff you use. And then it's hard to find slang for Hindi. I know about a book which is in German. So I might get that book, even though I don't know German, by the way, at least for now. And then I will study a grammar. I will study a grammar in depth. So that's the way I intend to do it, studying 3 or 4 courses from beginners to intermediate and a grammar in depth. So this is it. This is some sort of an update to that video. But at the same time, it's a different approach because I realize that we can't be perfect, and so all we have to do is do the best that we can. If we can be advanced in some languages, it's possible with hard work and constant dedication. See you guys then.